biggest challenges is making sure that every young person in the school is motivated and has ambition and wants to achieve for themselves. And clearly the other challenge you have is to ensure that there's consistency of practice in every teacher's classroom, providing the best quality learning experiences, and that are active, they're not passive experiences where children are learning all the time. So I suppose those are the biggest challenges. So what we did in Balfron was we restructured the management of the school to be having the focus on the child. So that's number one. The second thing is to make sure that we have everybody focused on learning and teaching in every classroom. But more importantly, that we have teachers working together so that they can see that they're developing together and there's that consistency of practice that's coming through. And so it's about developing teachers professionally, working together. And our mantra in Balfron is none of us is as good as all of us. So we work together as a big team. And I think the other important thing is to make sure that all of these processes are supported by effective self-evaluation. Because unless we know ourselves well, then we won't know how to improve the school. So I think self-evaluation is absolutely critical. And using the teachers where there's some really good practice working with other teachers. So it's very much, as I say, working with others, working together. The other thing that's happened in Balfron that's made a huge impact is having teachers working in threes. It's called tri-learning. So every teacher is involved in a group of three. So we have them visiting each other's classrooms in pairs. So I would be working with another teacher visiting a third teacher's classroom. And we do that in rotation. And then we're looking at the practice that's going on in a non-judgmental way with a theme. And the theme's been decided by all of the teachers in the school. A recent theme was looking at questioning techniques in classrooms. People are much more open and responsive to the feedback. And so after those visits, they would get together as a small group of three, and then we discuss the findings. Then we meet as a whole staff, and out of that plenary session that we would have with all of the staff would arise further areas for improvement. So it's everybody's involved in self-evaluation. So that's from the point of view of the teachers. But another important strand of self-evaluation is getting feedback from young people, and I feel very strongly about that. It's about children having a voice in the school to bring about improvement. I find they're a really rich source of information. For them it was about the quality of learning and teaching, it was about the relationships with the teachers and with each other, and also about the support that they're getting from their parents. And I thought that was really just the things that we've been doing. It's working closely with parent council, and also using SurveyMonkey, for example, and questioning parents. And whenever we're doing a new initiative in the school, having focus groups of parents as well as teachers. So it's looking at all of those strands. And I mean, other parts of self-evaluation are making sure that the school improvement priorities match all of the work and all of the information that's coming back from these groups of people. And I believe really strongly if that we can get young people to take responsibility for themselves and for their learning, it's going to make them more motivated in their learning. But also build resilience, because I think the thing that we forget is that sometimes things don't go well, and it's how you can build that resilience to be able to bounce back when things have not gone well, and to keep trying. So I think there is something in there about giving people that sort of sense of responsibility, and I think that for the future is what we need. Well, it's part of the pastoral care service that we have in Balfron, that every child is known well by one teacher called a form class leader, and that form class leader has no more than a caseload of 20. And what happens is that if there's any issues with a child, or even if there's an issue where a form class leader wants to praise a child, then they have got direct contact with parents. And them having that really close relationship with the parent, and also tracking and monitoring progress of children on a daily basis, they're feeding that back to parents as it's needed. So there's very much early identification and early intervention and involving parents. Now, clearly, if we need more parental engagement, then we have parents in for meetings. We will be close correspondence with parents to make sure that they're there with us as a triangle of supporting their child. So there's the child at the centre, but there's very much us working with them, with parents. Not just building communication channel with parents, but building working with parents, real working with parents to support their child. So I think that's very important. We use the statistics as part of self-evaluation very rigorously in the school. We are able to identify where a child should be at a certain time in third and fourth year, and then using that data to predict the successes as they're coming through to standard grade and then beyond into higher. And that gives us management information that will allow us then to look at the children who are doing well, the young people that are doing well, the young people that maybe need more support, and those who we feel look as if they might be underachieving, and making sure that they're on track. So it's, it's using that data that's really important.